It started out as an ordinary day. Early afternoon, I headed out to pick up a few groceries. I parked, walked into the supermarket, and made my way toward the soup aisle. Nothing unusual until I reached for a can and suddenly felt a firm hand on my shoulder. I turned to see a woman I didn't recognize frowning at me. "Do you realize you parked in a disabled spot?" she asked sharply. Before I could even answer, her voice rose so everyone nearby could hear. "You don't look disabled. People fake those permits all the time." The store seemed to freeze. Shoppers paused mid-step, carts half-pushed. My pulse quickened. The truth? A few years ago, I was hit in an accident that left my hip and pelvis shattered. It took 3 major surgeries and months of physical therapy before I could walk again. That's how I earned a legitimate disabled parking permit. I kept my voice calm. You can't always tell who's disabled just by looking at them. She wasn't having it. Her tone sharpened. Then she pulled out her phone, shoving it toward my face. "I'm recording this for evidence, sending it to the police." That's when her elbow bumped the edge of a nearby display. A whole pyramid of canned tomatoes came tumbling down, metallic clinks echoing across the tile floor like a cascade of little steel drums. I took a step back. "Please, don't come at me like this," I said evenly. She shot back, "This is fraud, and if this store allows it, they're just as responsible." By now, the store manager had arrived, a man in his 50s, face tight with concern. "Ma'am, please calm down," he said, but her voice suddenly turned sweet as she addressed him. "This customer is illegally using a disabled spot. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen." Security officers appeared, 2 of them. One, a tall woman with a no-nonsense look, stepped right up. "We don't verify DMV permits here. And you just knocked over an entire display. That was an accident. The real issue is her fraud." I allowed myself a quick, dry laugh. "I have the entire interaction recorded, and I also have proof that you are currently under investigation for financial misconduct in your own neighborhood association." The security officer's eyebrows rose. "Is that true?" "That's irrelevant." "No, it's very relevant. You're harassing someone while under investigation yourself. That's enough for trespassing." The manager nodded. "Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to leave." Tall officer took her gently but firmly by the elbow and began walking her toward the exit. The woman protested all the way, but the doors finally closed behind her, and the store seemed to breathe again. I paid for my groceries and left. But I knew the story wasn't over. 2 weeks earlier, I'd received credible documents showing irregularities in that woman's neighborhood association accounts. That night, I forwarded my video and the paperwork to the proper authorities. What happened next was like something out of a movie. The investigation began, neighbors started speaking up, stories of petty threats, excessive fines, and personal vendettas surfaced. Eventually, in court, her financial misconduct was proven. The judge ordered her to repay the missing funds and cover additional penalties. By the end of summer, she was almost invisible. No more meetings, no more public authority. Even her once perfect lawn went wild. Months later, I returned to the same supermarket. The manager spotted me and smiled. "She's banned for life," he said quietly. "That video came in handy." I just nodded. Sometimes life has its own way of delivering justice. You never know when the energy you throw at someone else is going to come flying back faster and harder than you can handle.